Friends, file spies, moles, insiders, survivors, gossips, leaks, comics, bums, situationists, telephone engineers, tramps, night porters and squatters all help to compile this book on alternative London, a must for every new visitor to the capital. I started my search for alternative London in Neal's yard, a pretty cul-de-sac in Covent Garden. I asked owner Nick Saunders what was alternative about it.
Well, all the various businesses here are a bit different. Like this therapy rooms here are various rooms for practicing acupuncture, osteopathy, homeopathy and so on. So it's the alternative equivalent of a medical centre.
Mm-hmm. Are they legal?
Oh, yes.
Uh-huh. And what about that large mouth up there, which is the Neal's Yard abattoir? What's that?
That's the Monty Python offices over there.
Uh-huh. Fine. Well, what is this in the corner?
Well, come have a look.
Wait a minute. Yes.
Bye-bye.
I see. This is part of the millions of tons of rubbish that Londoners dump each year. On average, according to the book, we each dump a third of a ton. Most of it could be recycled, it could reduce what we throw away by 80%, and could indeed be worth millions. The book will tell you where to go to find out the information on what to do with your rubbish, and it's fascinating. After all, did you know that sandals made of car tires are comfortable and hold the road well? Inner London has an estimated 30 square miles of wasteland. With a little help from your friends, from the book, and from some seeds, you can turn it into a haven for birds, butterflies, most importantly, for people. This is the Meanwhile Garden. It's described as an eco-adventure playground. I think I prefer their kind of high-rise fort for children to play in my city to that kind of high-rise block built by the planners for people to live in. The book has 33 sections, everything from sex to sound systems, from macrobiotic foods to midwives. And of course, being Alternative London, it's published at an alternative address. It even has an alternative number, 97.5. The book is not just a factual list. It does have a serious side to it and explores the not-so-common aspects of London.
Hello, who's there?
It's Allan Hargreaves from Thames Television. Can I come in? The editor is Georgie Downs. Is she the sort of person the guide was written for?
Yes, I am, yes. I mean, I set out to do the kind of book that I would enjoy reading or that I would find useful myself. So, I mean, I would never call myself an alternative person because I wouldn't give myself any label at all.
Even though a pretty girl like you is called George, I mean, that's kind of alternative.
That's because my parents wanted a boy. That's very simple.
Is it a responsible guide because you have sections on sex and drugs and how to deal with the police and illegal radios and things like that?
Well, I would have thought all that was highly responsible. I mean, we have details on contraception, which I would have thought was the most responsible thing to do if you're going to have sex, which young kids are these days, and it's very important that they're informed about these kind of matters. Similarly with drugs, we're not encouraging anybody to take drugs, but the fact is that drugs are all around us and people should know what's going on. It's better that they're correctly informed rather than we repeat the myths of the popular press. And of course, no book on alternative London would be complete if it didn't involve alternative lifestyles. And here at the Forbidden Planet in St. Giles High Street, they've got just that. Robots to make any boy's eyes pop with wonder. From large ones like this to very small versions where the fist comes off. You can even get things like Dr. Bones, if you remember Star Trek. Well, you can get his medical reference manual, which is how he kept them all alive for so many years in that vast spaceship. And if that's not enough for you, well then, you can start your own Star Wars, should you wish to.